just gonna slide up Florida's ass like a big old wet wipe, and then end up over here. And Florida just gives me gross vibes in general. And it goddamn, you hear about a homie who threw an alligator on top of, I think it was like a barber shop or some shit like that. He threw it on top of some kind of shop because he's from Florida.
Blunt.
What up, fam?
What up, fam?
I like that intro. I hope they don't sue us.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll just clip it back to like the last phrase.
Right.
Okay, so what were we just talking about? We were just talking about that natal chart reading thing.
Okay, well, I'm a Scorpio and Tajay is a Virgo. Very compatible. And very compatible signs. Sun signs. And whenever he says something very Virgo-like, like very analytical, he's very smart, very intelligent, I'll be like, oh, Virgos. Okay, so we were testing out the mics and I am getting over a sinus infection. So I sound nasally. And he was like, no, there's no transmutation in your voice.
You know what? I wish I didn't delete that recording just now. I wish we could have had that as a little sample. Yeah, I said that. I said that shit.
Like, but of course you would say that. And I was just like, that is so Virgo of you. And then it reminded me of the time where we literally bring up Nate every single episode. Where it was me,
He's
Nate.
our third host.
It was me, Nate, and Tajay, and it was super late, and we were just having a good time, and
chilling out right here.
Yeah, we were chilling here in this space, new space, by the way. And he suggested we check out our natal charts, which goes in depth and talks about our sun, our moon, our Venus,
all your different like planetary positions
from the time we were born. And mine was so depressing.
No, there was like a section.
Every section.
No, there was like a section. There was
specific... Don't lie.
No. That's what, I wouldn't lie to fluff someone's ego. You know I wouldn't do that shit.
No, I mean you're not lying, but look, it was depressing as hell. It was saying things like you have an idea and you never follow through, or you're someone who it basically just kept reiterating the fact that I don't follow through with things.
Well, I don't know if that's okay. So I remember the chart.
What are you stuttering for?
I remember the chart kind of expressing that you're at a point where you need collaborators. Like at multiple points, it kept mentioning, and it did this thing where they do it all the times in any sort of like horoscope, anything where they mention marriage. You know, it's always like, they always try to phrase it in a blah, 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 marriage, yada, yada, yada.
Why would they keep saying that? They kept saying that I need to be married
to
be successful.
Exactly. They'll you know me. You know my entire philosophy about marriage and relationships, and they'll still have a section in there for me about that shit.
Well,
about who I'm supposed to get married to so I can do better in my life.
Well, okay, imagine having your natal chart say that the only way you'll be successful out of all the freaking planets, every single planet said I wasn't going to be successful. And then there's marriage, and it's like, that's when you'll be successful. That's when you'll find success.
No, I don't know if they were saying only, but they did harp on that. But that's what I mean. They were kind of trying to do like the relationship.
Goodbye.
But that's just one angle. But like literally, they'll say like the money, the relationship, the career, or something like that. But
you'll be financially successful, Toni, when you're married.
Exactly. And I think that is a poor phrasing that is just like traditionally carried over. Because we know for a fact that guys, sorry, don't want to hurt any feelings, but even the idea we have now of marriage, where there's a guy and a girl, is like a couple 100 years old. Like, we know that men and women got married, but where there was like lockdown forever, me and you, because we love each other so much, us too, it's like 500-600 years old. Sorry.
That's absolutely true, but it was still it was disheartening, and I had a moment of depression, and it just washed over me, and I was just like, stop reading. I don't know if I told you to stop reading it, or I don't know, But I was just like, we need to go. And I remember like, because sometimes I have highs and I have lows. And I immediately had a low and got so depressed and was like, I need to leave. And I was like, I can't be here anymore. And I think the reason why I was so affected by that is because I immediately started to think about all of the times where I'm really good at ideation, and I started to think about all the times where I had so many good ideas and I would start them and I just didn't finish them. And it was really discouraging. I think so many people would be like, oh, well, that just made me get up and do the damn thing. And I was just really discouraged. I was just like, I'm not doing the damn thing. I mean, I'm doing the damn thing now.
No,
in life, but like it was really hard in that moment.
I get you. I don't respond with the, you tell me I can't, so now I definitely will. I don't have that response to life. I mean, I do. Wow.
Maybe sometimes I do.
I feel you on that, especially on the swings. I don't have super high highs, but I do have I have those superb low swings, and they get me off of nothing. Fun fact: when I dropped the mic just then, one of them happened.
Oh yeah, you were really frustrated.
Yeah, and it was quick and hard for me dropping a mic. Yeah, it's disturbing, but with the value judgment, just the language is so dry, even in that natal chart thing. Just the language used for so much of what we're talking about, including of the like. You know, hey man, you gotta get that thing done. Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Are you even a person if you didn't accomplish? It's like, bruh, like lifting my head off of the pillow some days is tough. Allow me, chill. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't tell the truth. If I didn't succeed at something, I didn't succeed at it. Fine. But if you're telling me that the only way at all, period, I can ever chill, just okay with you, is if I'm, the next Jeff Bezos, bruh, never gonna happen for you. Yeah. Never. I'm definitely not gonna become successful to appease one of y'all.
Yeah, it took me a while to be okay. And I think I had to finally come to the realization that my life is not written in the stars, or the stars do not define my life. Like the time that I was born does not define my life. Also had to like convince myself that medical error is a thing. Like I could have been born at a certain time, but another time was written. Like I kind of went through so many different scenarios in my head just to like make myself better, and understanding that I am someone who changes and metamorphs into different Tonis every day, right? I have the option to do that. And I'm not defined by that. So, but I was stuck. I was stuck for like weeks after that. Bruh, I'm serious.
I'm sorry.
For weeks. It's your fault. I'm playing. No, but I was stuck for weeks, man. I was so depressed.
It fucks with me. It's because I hate that portion of the writing. They always try to make it sound like it's just fucking dumb, guys.
Yours was good though. What are you talking about?
No, mine was earnest in a lot of ways, which is basically like I live in the darkness. I live in the shadow realm, and I will have difficulty being understood. Like that's my brand. That's what I do. I find it disturbing that there is still a phraseology we have about you need to lock down a person, and then once you have that person, they'll make you accomplish now. And
I'm single as I couldn't get no more single. So I was just like, what?
But in Vegas. But
shut up.
But you could have a collaboration of people, is my point. And still, even if you're in a team of people, you have your responsibilities. So there's never going to be a point in time where like you're completely devoid of what you're going to do with yourself. You may not be responsible to any of them, but you still have something that you want to do for yourself. Even if that's like a lay down cry. Even if you want to have like a lay down cry, that's for you to do for you. That's on your agenda today. So you do that. Like you're always going to have your own role to play, I fucking hate how they try to make it sound like you're number 2 waiting for number 1 to show up. You're waiting for player 1. You're just waiting for player 1. So fucking dumb.
It also makes you stagnant.
Yes, because then you're like, well, they're not here yet, so
Well,
I can't
like
go.
chill right now
because they're not in the room with me, so I can just not do anything that I wanted to do today, and just feel worse about telling myself preemptively that I'm not going to do it.
Yes. So like, there's that part, and then there's the part of like, oh my God, what if I never find anyone? Like, there's like so much anxiety. Like, there's something wrong with me because I don't have anyone, and because I don't have anyone, like, oh, I hate it. It's a cycle.
That one, I'm so glad I don't have that one because I have so many sources of anxiety. But that one sounds like such a fucking terror.
Oh God.
And I see it in so many, just across the board, so many people.
I hate how much I obsess over finding a husband, and I never thought I would ever say that out loud. No, I've said it out loud, but I've said it to maybe like one person in life. I've obsessed over finding my husband for years. Years. To the point where I will walk into a room, or I'll be invited to an event, or I'll go to a restaurant, or I'll even roll up to your place and be like, okay, when I get out the car, maybe I'll meet my husband. Or when I go into the restaurant, maybe I'll meet my husband. And that's no way to live, though. Like, I can't just like roll up somewhere and just
bro, we have such a similarity on this weirdness, but entirely different, like, happenstance results. My thing is, if I get out of this, if I step out of this store, like, maybe someone's gonna jump me from the right side.
Wow. Are you serious? Is where your mind is?
When I step off of this bus.
Is that where your mind is?
He's
never shared that with me.
And it was weird. I realized it's a lot to do with like doors, like getting on and off of trains and stuff like that. Just a place where, like, you know, the platform disconnects from the train. When some crazy shit happens, you get jumped, your foot gets stuck in the thing, you get like not even like tugged with the train because they'd see you fighting on the side, but then maybe you're stuck down there and then you twist and boom, dislocate something.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, just like random shit of just like, what if you get jumped? That's part of the reason I train the way I train in the gym.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think about that often?
Or getting hit by cars. Not by accident, but by somebody seeing me on the road walking and deciding this is the day. And, okay, so that second one, that's not even like a me alone thing. I found out my plug also has the same exact.
About being hit by a car? I dare someone to hit me.
And so you gotta understand, he and I are, I think, sharing and coming from the idea of being noticeably black men in an American environment. Because I don't remember this. I went to an all-boys school, and I don't remember this idea in my head back when I was in England. Definitely, I don't remember this in Jamaica when I was younger.
I mean, there was like a whole bunch of black people in Jamaica.
I don't remember the idea, and Jamaica does have crime, but I don't ever remember thinking when I was a kid in Jamaica, oh, if I do that, someone will come out and.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, America's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, what it wants to do then, because if it's breeding fear in the minds of people of color, then I think that's its goal.
So I think a similar thing is happening in your direction as well. And maybe it's not fear, but anxiety. There's someone narrating something that's telling you and I both that we should be just expecting. We should just, something's coming, maybe over.
God. Yeah.
That phrasing you gave where you're talking about, like, even when I'm going to pull up to your place, I'm like, yeah, even when I'm stepping into somewhere that has no element for that.
Oh, my God.
There's no real chance.
What's here? What's here?
In the office space, in the hospital. Going to the hospital.
Oh, my God. What's there? Yeah.
Turning the corner.
Not even thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount I hate it, like someone with a syringe, because I'm in a hospital and they have syringes here.
Wow.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Just like, it's so not.
It doesn't
Guys,
make any sense.
Anxiety. That's what I'm saying. Anxiety, and that's the disturbing part for me because there's definitely somebody who's narrating the crazy shit that's making me think this thing in my head. I feel like the same thing happens in your direction as well.
I think what narrates my insane desire to find a husband is
desire.
Yeah. Or is it even my desire? Like, honestly, because I feel like what's really narrating it is this idea that I need to be validated. And I know that's unhealthy. But I know it. And I think that's the second part, when you know that something is bad and you're you're acting the way that you're not supposed to act. I'm like, please, someone want me. Okay, this episode is getting really deep. Because I'm like, I need to have a man love me, and I know, but at the same time, I know I need to love myself, which I do. I'm all that, but I still want partnership, and I crave that. And I've gotten to a place where I've done the work with self-love. I'm continuing on this self-love journey. And I'm like, I'm ready for partnership now. I've been on the self-love journey for so long. And no one's here. I'm like, please, someone want me. It's really frustrating.
Comprende. It's not the first time I'm hearing this. I can appreciate it. Even where I stand with how I think about relationships and stuff, I can appreciate it. Because it's a relief to have somebody rubber stamp the paperwork. You know what I mean? In your head. And you're like, I think I filled this out properly. Did I? And then you can just have someone go, yes, you did. You know what I mean? When you hear that yes, not even a no and it's easy to fix, but a yes, you did it correctly. We get that shit from school. That shit from school because then you get home, you have to finish your homework right. And if you're not doing the homework right, you get a certain temperature from your guardianship. You're getting a certain elevation of emotion from your guardianship, and then when you get stuff correctly, you're getting applause and praise and stuff. And boy, look, I don't mind the episodes getting deep. It's called Podcast Blunt, not Podcast Shallow. But I can make it a little less heavy with a fun story.
Okay, go ahead.
Recently, the roommate moved out. Yay. Also recently, because the roommate moved out and took the AC with him, I've just been enjoying the humidity and the heat in this non-aerated apartment.
Sad, no one ever.
Yeah. So I've been genuinely swimming in my own sweat while I've been in my place of living. It's just what's going on. I'm showering many times in a day.
Yeah.
Many times. More than 3.
It's more than 3.
Because it was bad in the last couple of days. I don't know if you remember. More than 3 in the 24-hour period was happening, y'all. Frequently. Cold showers and shit. So, I wasn't wearing a lot of clothes.
Okay.
So, I'm just in the apartment, not wearing a lot of clothes.
Okay.
And I am sleeping. And I forget that my roommate needs to come back to the apartment to drop off keys. I can get something from his room.
Okay.
I happen to be, and don't worry because I had a sheet down and everything, but I happen to be here. Roommate came into the apartment and we're in the very open living room. And I had not been wearing clothes because it was the middle of the day. And so, I hear, hey Taj! And then a footstep around the corner, right there. And then my body just woke up from my sleep, my very calm sleep, my heat exhaustion-induced sleep, after hearing, hey Taj, and a footstep. And when I tell you that it was fucking no physical effort or fight in my body possible, I just said the words, I am nude. I didn't close my legs or nothing.
But you had a sheet over you.
I had a sheet, whatever the sheet's design was at that point, because I'd been sleeping, so my head was just there. And I was just out, but the sheet was down, I wrapped the sheet around the couch, basically. You ever done shit like that?
The sheet, but it wasn't around your body.
No, but I had another guy. But as I'm, when you sleeping and you laying down and you hot, you're not like covering yourself up with the sheet more. You're like moving it away from you.
Yes.
So again, my eyes are closed. I'm hearing him come in. I hear him say, "Hey, Taj," and I do not move any physical part of my body besides my mouth to say, "I am nude."
Ew.
I don't move anything on my body because you don't understand how. Oh,
I know.
It's been gross in here. I've had that oven fan on, and that motherfucker said clean filter before I moved in, and I've had them on for days straight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot, y'all. It's climate change, and I was in Vegas.
It's giving me climate change.
Like, I was in Vegas, and I never thought that I could melt. And I think my body actually tried to melt.
That's what was happening.
It was 117 on one day. And I didn't even know it could get that hot. Right? It was 117 on one day. And I walked outside and I was just like, I can't breathe. And I think also with the level of elevation, like we were hired. I don't know how it works geography wise, but I was hot and I couldn't breathe and I was struggling. And it's like you get outside and then all of a sudden droplets are just coming down your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the pool to cool off. Pool hot. Pool's supposed to be cold. Why is the pool cold? Oh.
I love that delivery. That was strong as fuck.
Yo. So.
Pool hot? That's merch.
Right.
Oh shit.
Yo, I was not enjoying the heat. I enjoyed Vegas, but I did not enjoy the heat in Vegas.
Jeez, it's grossing me out. Look, I grew up for a time in Jamaica. My family's Jamaican. The actual heat is not the problem, y'all. And really, still, it's not even the humidity. It's the fact that there's no moving air. It's just like a sit down. The air is just taking the day off. In Jamaica, because it's a small island, motherfuckers surrounded by water. You can have stagnant days too, but I promise you a wind will cut through that bitch. So much so, a regular technique, very regular technique for Jamaicans to use while trying to go to sleep is to have a fan by the bed and to have that side of their body exposed to the fan and the other side covered in a blanket. Because there isn't a way where they're going to end up with an appropriate amount of blanket or not blanket ever in the night where that one mode will stay. Like, it is going to be hot and windy and stiff and moving at the same time. Yeah.
I get that. I think what I do appreciate is the fact that in Vegas it was dry. It was definitely dry heat, which was nice. But sometimes when it was a little bit windy, it was just hot wind.
Yeah.
And it did not feel good,
That'll
y'all.
happen. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. We don't get. Yeah, if there's wind moving, that's usually the one saving grace with the JA air.
Gross here. New York is gross.
Yeah, because New York this is just something that happens. If my mom gets a storm, 3-4 days later, I'm going to get that same water up here. Because she's in Jamaica. It's just going to slide up Florida's ass like a big old wet wipe. And then end up over here. And Florida just gives me gross vibes in general. And goddamn way. You hear about a homie who threw an alligator on top of, I think it was like a barbershop or some shit like that. He threw it on top of some kind of shop because he's from Florida. I don't know what the dispute was, but he's in Florida and he's like gators.
That was so funny.
Threw a fucking alligator on top of this building to spite someone.
Oh God.
Have you ever thought about weaponizing gators, homie? No, you haven't. You have not tried to. I'm gonna grab a baby. I'm gonna do this little chopper right here. And that's going to get you back for those $5 you owe me. I don't know what the fuck his problem was. I don't know what this story is. But just that
But that's
Florida
so much anger.
Florida man, yo. Florida man. So we get his swampy ass storm water from the Caribbean up in New York. And when you're wondering why it's so humid and shit, it's because they just recently had a hurricane. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Why? But the effort.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. It's Florida, man.
Oh my gosh.
They say jit. I know I don't got no Florida viewers, but they say jit. Like,
right.
I don't mean to offend nobody by saying they say it, but y'all say jit.
Have you ever been to Florida?
I flew close enough over it to see people's like backyards coming up to New York from Jamaica. Like the plane did not really get much elevation. We were right over people's yards.
Got it.
So I've seen their properties. They're all like building their houses on swamps.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Different them apart.
Yeah, like this was like I guess the inner moneyed part, the suburban part maybe.
Okay.
And they're sort of like they're definitely like cul-de-sacs, like suburb cul-de-sacs, but they're on water. They're like on water.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. It's like Milan but less secure. Venice, but less secure.
Okay.
Milan.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Venice gonna be gone, right?
What you talking about?
Venice is gonna sink.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You keep saying yeah. I keep saying what?
Yeah.
I need you to explain.
Venice is it's not long for this world because we're raising the sea levels. What? And they just going around with them stick boats. They're just fucking committing to the bit with the stick boats. They're like, I gotta get a paycheck, man. That's where I live.
Isn't that called a gondola?
Yeah.
You said stick boat. Why you sound so?
Yeah, boat, stick. I don't know. Gondola. Stick boat. Stick boat. Don't even put the T on the end.
Stick boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's really sad. And I've always wanted to do one of those gondola rides. I
mean, the technology, thankfully, will still exist, but just not in that town. Just not.
Why are you laughing?
Because they gotta move. We like are destroying the planet, and we've known so like everywhere else we're talking about sea levels rising. Everywhere else we're talking about sea levels rising. Venice, like they gotta go.
No, honestly, environmentalists have been crying help for so long now.
They gotta. I'm sorry. We fucked them over so bad. Them in the Amazon.
Oh,
we got people in the fucking in rainforest that are just trying to live, and we keep going over there with cameras and shit.
Oh, we have to do better.
We just gotta leave them alone. Stop cutting down the trees and shit.
Oh my god.
Jeez,
this world.
I know.
This world.
Sorry for laughing at you, Venice, but your situation's kind of hilarious because like everyone else is really slow to the gun of environmentalism, and y'all houses are on top of your houses. You gotta move. You gotta move.
Okay, and on that note, let's talk about the weed of the day because I think this is probably affecting your laughter.
I don't know. I got a new brand, California Honey. I know you guys can't really tell the design, but it's disposable, so you don't really need to worry about. Even though it is chargeable, they have a little like USB.
It's disposable for real?
Yeah, so you could guys, disposable in the fact that they mean that you can use all of it and then throw it away.
Oh.
But not that it's like. It's still metals and shit, y'all. They're still going to be as not helpful for the environment as throwing away any of these other things with a battery in them. But this comes already pre-charged, and you don't have to like affix it onto the battery. It's already connected and everything, and you just...
How does it make you feel?
Like most pens, mostly just hungry. Like there's a sharp spike in the sense of hunger, and then a relaxation. This one's pretty good. Like body high wise, maybe a little bit of a peak in like, what do you call that when you're, I wouldn't say energy, maybe interest. Maybe you get a little bit more, I want to learn this thing. Inquisitive.
Oh.
Yeah, you get like a little peak in thought and inquisition.
Got it.
Yeah, California Honey. Should be, if we're lucky, before our next thing, we should be able to acquire some more, even some edibles. So check us back with that later.
Cool.
So I was going to ask you, I think, and then maybe we'll wrap up afterwards. I was going to ask you about how you cultivate clients.
How I cultivate clients?
Yes. As a personnel trainer.
In...
Sorry, I said that in a ghetto accent.
Of
Sorry, I said that's so ghetto.
Personal trainer.
Personnel trainer.
Oh, it sounded French.
Yeah, ghetto to me now. Until they pay back 80, they ghetto.
Ooh.
Yeah. Go on.
Well, okay, so I work for a company, right? So honestly, it's pretty easy. There are only a couple of us on staff, and I pretty much monopolize the morning. So when someone comes in and they're new, they honestly are just like giving me a whole bunch of clients. Because I train a lot in the morning time, I get a lot of my clients from just being on the floor and training other people. So folks literally come up to me sometimes during sessions and are like, hey, I'm interested in training with you. So I get a lot of clients that way. And my outside clients, I've acquired them through word of mouth. And yeah, it's been pretty much word of mouth. The longest person that I've been with, it's been like over 2 years now. When I was working at 24-Hour Fitness in Scarsdale.
Not
when I was at Scarsdale, I started at 24-Hour Fitness on the floor. And a lady, I was doing the overnight shift, and there was, when 24-Hour Fitness was 24 hours, there was like the 4:30 crew, 4 a.m., 4:30 crew, and one of the ladies there, she came up to me and was like, hey, are you a personal trainer? And I was like, I'm currently getting my certification. I'm not a trainer yet. And she was like, can you work with my daughter? So that's how I, got that relationship. And then like a year or two later, she wound up referring me. I wound up working with her mom. And then she wound up referring me to her friend. And then another trainer who was my manager at Yonkers, she literally, this just happened yesterday. She told me about another lady who was interested in training. So I'm going to be training her 3 times a week now.
Who was your manager at Yonkers again?
Vanetta. Shout out to Vanetta. So she was just like, hey, can you train this lady? So I'm going to be meeting with her this week. So a lot of word of mouth. But honestly, like, I still don't have enough clients to like completely say goodbye to a company, which is like the unfortunate part. I would love to work for myself completely, but it's just not, I don't have the numbers.
What's silly about it too is like, if for me it feels as though you'd have to be doing the like gimmicky Instagram looking for followers kind of a thing to get the 10 to dozen clients you need to completely self-sustain.
Not necessarily. I think that I haven't been focused on acquiring outside clients. When I meet people, if I was very, if I was very serious about like taking on more clients, I'm sure that I could get more clients. Definitely website, and just talking up my business more. Like, honestly, when I meet people, they're like, oh, what do you do? Which question I hate, by the way. What do you do? And I'm like, I'm a personal trainer. Oh, cool. What do you train at? JCC. Like, I don't even say, oh, yeah, I have my own business. And let me know if you're ever interested in a fitness assessment and we can get together. None of that. So.
I kind of press him away. It sounds weird, but I kind of feel like, and maybe you have a different experience, but I kind of feel like people tend to fall off if they don't really have something at stake. So they might have the desire to train or even the desire to be interested in training, but they're not coming back from an injury, or they're not at risk for a heart issue. And the doctor didn't say, you need to work out. They didn't hear something like that makes them think like, I have this at stake. And so their interest in me is like a really fleeting surface level thing.
Yeah.
Once they hear like, oh, well, you look like you work out. What do you do? Are you a trainer? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? I give them like one of those. I'm like,
oh my God.
Yeah. Not even because I don't think I'm good at it. Not because I don't think I'm good at it. Not because I don't think I'm worth it. But because I know that I'm worth thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? I don't know about.
Yeah,
I think you even value yourself higher than me in terms of session hours. I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
It's cool to meet a personal trainer, but committing is always the tough part for people. My Vanetta always used to say, and I'm sure that you've heard this, I'm sure that you've said this. She's always talked about how if people are so willing to spend money on other things, right? I personally know people who purchase like $7 coffees every day. When you commit to doing something like that and commit to spending like $80 a week on lunches, like you can spend money on like a week, a session a week. Like that's definitely not going to break the bank. It's your health, it's your wellness, and it leads to longevity and like a healthy life, a happier lifestyle. So I think people really aren't weighing all of that though. They are thinking about it as a quick fix. Out when you do the assessments at the gym at 24-hour fitness, they would offer you the starter pack. I think that's what it was called. So when you agree to
400 or something.
yours was more, it was less in Yonkers. So when you do your fitness assessment and you agree to sign up there, you get a less expensive package, which is great, right? It sounds awesome. And when they're done with that package, it's like, okay, great, thanks, bye. Sometimes they'll stick on, but honestly, a lot of the times they're just like, I can just say I worked out with a personal trainer and I got what I needed to get from you.
It's the story.
And what do they usually say? I think I'm gonna just try it on my own now.
Yeah, I think I can.
Because there's no
I think I can do it
accountability
on my
that
own.
way. You know, we hold people accountable, financially accountable.
Sorry, I just died a little bit.
And physically accountable. Like we are literally your personal coaches, your personal cheerleaders, and we do a lot. Like we program, we're constantly studying the science behind movement.
We get impressed by clients who are effortful. We get impressed when our clients try.
Yeah.
You know, like you have no clue, especially if you are like bringing someone to a new level or you're bringing them back from the brink of whatever the situation is. Maybe they were a ball thrower and they injured their throwing the ball arm. And then you get them back to that point where they throw the ball well.
That's so gratifying.
And it looks better than before. And then you get to sit there like, yeah, bitch. Yeah. I did that. Yeah. 3 months. I did that to you. Look at that, better than you were before.
But I don't think they realize that it's consistency. And that's what folks really need to understand. So if you're a really good personal trainer, you'll know that it's not about the client. It's not about how many clients we have. We want you to be independent and we want you to do your own thing in the gym. We just want to make sure you're doing it. And
like just doing it.
Yeah. And I think people just miss the mark on consistency. Sometimes trainers do too. Look, I haven't worked out in like a week. No, it's been like about 4 days. But yeah, consistency is super important.
Yeah.
How do you get your clients?
Like I said, I'm doing the inverse a lot of the time. So where I do get clients, it's exactly what you said before about word of mouth. When I was working at 24-hour fitness with you, when we were working in the gym setting, people just got to see me do my weird shit, and like what I do whatever my workout is, and then I jump 4 feet from the ground, like in a full squat. Yeah. And then they would go, well, I don't understand it, but there's sauce. There's something's going on. You know what I mean? There's a drip of some sort.
You do really cool stuff in the gym.
So that's what I mean. So even if they didn't understand it, they would have an interest. Now again, the shallow interest people, it's like, well, yeah, we'll have this conversation, then I'll let you walk away, and then we'll get back to what I'm doing. And then there are the people who are actually like, listen, my son, basketball player, injured his ankle. Can you help him? Because I think he would really, you know what I mean, I think he would really
Right.
benefit from what you got going on. And then you actually train this person that committing isn't even a possible for them. They'll commit. They just got to go to the right place. You know what I mean? They just got to go,
Yeah.
let me know what hour, let me know what day.
Yeah.
Those ones, disturbing. Yeah, I can show you pictures of the kid now. He hasn't been training with me for forever, but he decided he wanted to have a hypertrophy goal and a strength goal. So he went from like skinnier than me to thicker than me in the upper body. You know, it's only the upper body now. Guys, I got some gams. I got some legs.
Yeah, he does.
So now he's got his hypertrophy on, and it doesn't look
dope.
It doesn't look all like, you know, like roidy and pudgy and like misproportioned and everything. He doesn't look like he's slouching forward and stuff. So proud of my little boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's nice to get that reciprocal. I want more clients, but it's hard to go out in the world and be like, hey, can you commit to effort? Do you and want to give me money?
You funny.
I make it better.
I swear he needs to start a mobility class. Like,
so you might actually catch me doing some shit like that. One of my friends keeps asking me to get out to New Rochelle on Friday to do something with her.
You can do some stuff with your body. You're so flexible.
I could run something at the field over here. But then I have to advertise it. So so that's the thing. I gotta make a card for myself as a trainer.
Yeah, man.
And I could advertise a class. I just fucking class is stressing me out. But we can work on it.
You're so good. You're personable. And you have so much to share. It's
the people count. It's like once you lose one-on-one, it's harder to catch everybody where they need you.
If people who want to get caught will get caught, bro.
That's my whole dilemma. It's like the ones who want it will show up to me is what I'm thinking. I think the river's gonna come to me. And
yeah.
I gotta go out there first.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice little roundabout we got to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how we started off. I mean, we do serious conversations, but like that was a nice serious place to start off.
It was.
I think it was a healthy conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exposed way more than I wanted to.
But how else are you gonna get peace?
I've like talked to myself about it.
Good. And now like yourself and then me and one other person directly. And now you two. All right, guys. Education, peace, and love.
Pass the blunt.
Yeah.
Yo, pay us. But for real, if you are enjoying these episodes, please subscribe and consider donating via Anchor.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Venice is gonna be gone, right?
What you talking about?
Venice is gonna sink.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You keep saying yeah. I keep saying what?
Yeah.
I need you to explain.
Hey guys, remember to subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell. And if you're really cool, review us on Apple Podcasts.